Good morning, guys. Welcome back. I'm Melissa. If you're just joining me here, pardon my voice. I feel like I'm catching my husband's cold. I feel a little froggy, a little scratchy, but I'm going to continue on. And today I'm going to show you a few different areas that I'm going to be setting up. I don't know if it's going to be permanent like this, but just temporary. I want to put and move around a couple shelves and add some plants to it because, as you guys know from my long vlog that I just did, I took about 50 plants out of my plant room because it's just overgrown in there and there's no room for all those plants in there. So we're in one of our extra bedrooms, like our guest bedroom area, and I have a wall space right here that I will show you. And I'm gonna just set a shelf up temporarily here. We're gonna put it together. I got it off of Amazon. It's like a cheap kind of wire rack. It's not anything like super fancy. And I think this will be plants that I am gonna put here that I probably don't want anymore and that I just don't have room for, and I'll probably eventually get rid of these plants. And they're gonna be plants that like need to be repotted, stuff like that. I think it has 4 or 5 levels. It's not a huge shelf, but I'll see. I'm kind of like wishing I had gotten the bigger size now because I feel like I'm gonna run out of space very quickly. And then I also want to take you guys to our bedroom, our master bedroom, and there's a shelf that's in our dining area that I want to put in there. And then we will probably be putting some of our Maranta, Calathea, stuff like that, because in there is north light. It's not a ton of light, so I'll probably set an extra grow light up in there. The goal is to make space in my dining area so I can put some plants there too. And then I'm going to group a bunch of plants together that I want to put outside. I will probably do that here soon. There's a ton of pollen out there right now, and our patio area is completely yellow, but I might like clean it off and start putting some plants out there soon. Today is Friday, so maybe sometime during the weekend or like early next week I can get that done. But for right now, I have a ton of plants out there that need a home. I wish I could repot these plants today too, but I'm waiting on my soil mix to come. I think it might come either today or this weekend from Amazon. And once I can make a new soil mix up, then I can start like repotting a bunch of plants. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. I'm going to turn you around to show you the space that we're working with, and we will get to building this shelf and putting some plants on here. This is the space that we're working with, this little corner here. Let me back up so you can see. So this is our guest bedroom. It's across from my plant room there. And I did have my old desk, or my desk in here, but I have moved it out because I don't know, I just didn't want the desk in here anymore. So this space is kind of empty. I did have my filming equipment stationed here, but it's actually to this side of me. So I think this will be a perfect little nook to do a little shelf. And it does have 5 layers, so I don't think it's super wide. I think it's like 2 feet across, but we'll see. And I'm going to put it in this little corner. And I do have one extra Barina light that I will probably attach to the top shelf just to give the area a little bit of light. I do have one window in here, which you guys see. It's west facing, but it's not bright. It's completely blocked by our neighbor's house. So honestly, that light is pretty useless. This is actually a pretty dark room compared to, you see how bright my plant room is? It's pretty dark in here. So I'm gonna set you up here and we'll get to building this thing. Comes with our instructions. I was gonna try and tell you guys the dimensions if I can find them. I'll have to put the dimensions maybe on the screen. I'll look on the website and find them. I think I'm confused. Here's what it looks like all finished. And I would say, I'll have to put the dimensions, but it's not quite 6 feet tall, maybe like 5 feet. And it's not like the most sturdy thing. It does come with a little Velcro and screws that you can like attach it into the wall, I guess in case it wants to topple over. I think it says like 6 kilograms per shelf, but I think just putting some smaller plants on here will be fine. And I wanted something wire because I only had one extra light right now, the Verena light. I'm going to attach that to the top shelf, I think, and it can shine down. So whatever is down here obviously is going to get the lowest amount of light, and whatever's up top isn't going to get very much light. But I just wanted something to house some plants temporarily. I think it'll be okay for now. I did find one extra outlet timer. This is the Blink brand, and this is the extra Verena light that I had. These are the T5s. This one I removed from that shelf in there when I did all those plant chores. So basically I'm just going to zip tie the Verena light off of the top. I might do it at a diagonal so that it fits like that in there, and then just zip tie it. Ooh, that's what it's looking like. Yeah, that's still plenty of light. It was a little bit of a tight squeeze. These are the 2 feet in length, but I got it to fit at a diagonal. I'll just cut that zip tie, and then I just have to get it set up to my outlet timer. Yeah, I think that actually gives off quite enough light for every shelf. I like it. I think it looks good. It's a little bit later in the afternoon. Well, heading towards evening now. I've been like working on cleaning and I've done some propagating, but this is what the shelf's looking like. I put my Big Beauty up top. I'm not going to keep that one. I think I will get rid of that one just because I have another one, and I have a lot of like reverted ones there and some props there on that shelf, and it's pretty empty towards the bottom. I've cleaned up a lot of this stuff out here. It's still like very crowded. I got the table cleaned off at least. And so my next project is, so I'm going to be redoing this area. I probably won't get to all this today just because I have several plants that I want to put outside that's right here. But I am going to be moving the shelf. That'll give me this entire wall to configure with plants, as well as all the stuff in the window. I'm just going to redo this entire section. I just cleaned this little area, so I'm going to be putting the shelf right here. So I'm going to clean that off and bring that in, and probably just put some low light plants like pothos, Maranta, calathea is what I'm thinking. And I need to water and fertilize these. I actually need to repot all 3 of these plants, but I will get to that at some point. So all of these plants are going outside. I have those 2 snake plants in the corner, the Dracaena and these 2 Monstera. So I need to like clear these out. So they're all going to go outside. And this little bench I'm going to remove because I'm not using it. And then I have 3 moss poles that don't have a home. This big one looks so awkward. I don't know. I'm thinking about moving that one maybe along the wall over here. Do this plant stand with some plants. I have all these Maranta and calathea that need a home. These are the flat mite victims. So I want my red Maranta and the lemon lime back in my plant room. The medallion is not doing so hot, and then some of these other ones, I think I could probably fit another 1 or 2 in my plant room. I could do one in my bedroom and bathroom if I have to. I have 3 different kinds of caladium bulbs in here. I want to get these planted. I have 3 separate ones here. And then I have actually some out in the garage that are stored. They're just the regular green elephant ear bulbs. So I might plant some of these. We're either gonna plant some, I actually might just plant these in the planters to have, because they should grow pretty quickly because it's already so warm here. But that's sort of like the vision, I guess. I just need to get these plants moved and this whole setup rearranged. So yeah, I'm gonna go figure out what I wanna do, or if I just want to stop here tonight, and I will be back on when I have more to show you. I wanted to give you guys a little update on the planty corner, what we have going on. So like I said, I ended up moving the shelf back out here because with the plants outside, it was just too empty. We needed like something against the wall. So I have my big neon pothos here, and it's kind of draped around the middle there because I don't want the cats into it. I do have some props, other props I need to add back in, but I'll probably do that at some point. I have my original marble queen that I started my pole from actually. She is here. I have I think it's an emerald or the lemon meringue pothos there up top under the light. And then I moved my Syngonium Baltic here. I do need to repot that one and get some kind of better stake situation, but it was just too big to go in my plant room anymore, so it's gonna hang out here. I have some extra grow lights now. I have an extra mother light, which I thought about putting here because I'm concerned that these poles here aren't going to get enough light. This is the Campo Sportuanum. I moved out here. I just don't have room for it. And then I moved my little neon out here again because of just lack of room. And the plants in the window are pretty much all the same. I had all these out here before. Several Hoyas. My big crimson princess is here. And my ZZ plant is here. And then I have a couple peperomia. Peperomia really like East Light. They have done well getting East Light. And then I have one of my Marantas here, one of my lemon limes. This is one that did not catch flat mites. And then of course my big like trailing lichens is here. I'm gonna have to eventually trim it because it is all over the floor, and it's even longer than that because I keep piling the vines back up, so it's actually pretty long. I do have an empty basket down there, so I might take another plant or so out of my plant room. I'm thinking about bringing another Maranta out here because my other lemon lime does well. I initially had my lemon lime under here, so I could bring 2 more plants out here, but we'll see. I think I might bring my big Orbifolia actually out because right now I put a couple more plants in my plant room, but it's getting too crowded again. I wanted to give you an update on this space, and this is still a work in progress. This area over here pretty much looks the same. I have another lemon lime Maranta, my big Tenanthe, and a golden pothos. They severely needed watered. I took them all to the shower yesterday. I fertilized them, I watered them, cleaned their leaves. I do have to repot all 3 of these. Eventually I will get to that. And over here, so these were all flat mite victims. I have my rabbit tracks Maranta. I have a couple of those. And you can see the growth coming in on that one, how much happier it is since I've treated it. My variegated one took a big hit, and those are some props. So they're kind of isolated over here by themselves. In case they still do have flat mites, I took that quarantine area down just to get that area. It was driving me crazy. So I think this little setup looks cute. And I have a monstera and some water here growing. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that yet. I don't really want to keep it like that, but for now, until I can figure it out, it's just going to stay in water like that. Those were 2 flat mite calatheas in there, and I have them in that dome just to kind of protect them. They're not really getting enough light, but we'll see if they grow back. Right now, they're both piles of dirt. I had to completely cut the growth back, but they do produce new shoots from their rhizomes. So I'm hoping in some time it'll grow back. I do have that one wanting to push a new sprout, and I think that one in there might be wanting to too. So I don't consider them dead yet. We will see. In my bathroom, again, that golden pothos definitely needs to be repotted. Same with the lemon lime in here. And I have a calathea which loves being in here. You can see sunlight coming in. And I don't want to like overcrowd the bathroom. I did have one Maranta here that had a flat mite, so I took it out. So I may eventually put another like Maranta calathea in here because they do get some good light, and with the humidity in here, they seem to do well. So I may eventually like do something else with this area, but I probably won't add maybe but one more plant because again, I don't want to like overcrowd this area. And coming into here, this is going to be a work in progress. I am not finished yet. So this shelf you saw me do, I have my beauty up there that reverted, and I just have some random props, water props mostly. I have a flat mite victim down there, and just stuff that I need to take care of that I just haven't done yet. I just wanted to get them out of my plant room. So this little setup is temporary. It's more than likely going to be a prop station. And the only thing I didn't get to were the plants up there I want to fix. And of course, I want to fix this area. I need to repot those Hoyas and get those cactus outside planted. So that is a work in progress. I will get to those someday. I unfortunately just didn't get time to do that. And I also didn't get time. You guys are going to be shocked. Look, this bathroom is horrendous. So I have in here that I still have to organize. I have 4 moss poles that I'm going to be chopping. I have 2 Hoyas, which those are the ones that were blooming in the window. The Retusa I know probably has ants in the soil, so I'm going to be repotting those. I have snake plants I need to repot. I have a begonia and that I'm going to be chopping. So I might do a couple of these today, and I'll have to find room for them. So these are the only plants that I didn't get to that really need to be taken care of sooner than later. And I think my plant room is pretty good for now. Like I don't want to put anything else in here. I put another flat mite victim there, another flat mite victim there, and again my orbifolia, but I think I'm going to take that one out just because there's just no room for it. And I might be taking my red Maranta out too and just leave those 2 Maranta in here. But yeah, we'll see. I think for now, this is all I'm going to do for this video. I just wanted to somewhat get that area rearranged. And I have like 100 plants I need to repot. And as I take care of those, I will probably I might put a couple more outside and a few more in some other areas just to fill in the gaps. But eventually, once I have kind of everything mostly getting to be repotted, and I have the plants good and together, I'm gonna do like an updated houseplant tour and just show you guys everything in full, how I have everything. And I do want to downsize a little bit too. But thank you guys for watching this like crazy rearranging. I feel a lot better about this space in here at least. And I definitely just can't overcrowd this plant room because each year my plants are going to get even bigger and I'll have less and less room. So I'll just have to really consider what plants I really love and want to keep versus which plants that I just want to get rid of and downsize, because now it's more of like a space issue and keeping my favorites per se. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you later.